Good evening. Good evening. George Cavaligos for HFT Bonds. No ranting, no laughing tonight. You know, things followed through early this morning, pretty much like we thought. We had the dip overnight, almost exactly to where we thought they'd go. Market turned around, rallied, got out too early, but my next mistake was trying to short the market in the face of this month end and this rollover stuff. And I gave back some of the gains and then kind of tried it again late in the afternoon and gave back some more of the gains and turned into a small gainer day. Not much really to do here. Wasn't a whole lot of back and forth, unfortunately, and now it's just flatlining up here. I think the bonds have been stuck between 04 and 11 for the last 3 hours, maybe longer. And before that, we were stuck between, I think, 07 and 14 for the previous 3 hours. Unless you can really time those swings really, really well, it was a tough trade. But we'll try it again tonight. Looking for kind of the same thing. The target in the bonds down to 150, 102. I can't see the same type of trade in the 10-year. The 10-year is still holding up very well. At some point, that divergence that we're seeing in the 10-year, which has made new highs for this up move, and we're just below last week's highs at 04 plus. And the bonds, which are, almost a half a point, say a quarter of a point off their highs from this move from yesterday morning. And typically when you see that curve kind of steepening divergence, that's usually a bearish trade. I think with the month end tomorrow, and all this other nonsense on the wires, there's this demand for safety still, and it's keeping the treasuries pretty well bid. So like I said, we'll try to buy that dip tonight down towards 150, 102. We might be able to get all the way back down to 150.26, but I would be surprised. Last night was kind of a bell ringing. You saw how the volume dropped off tremendously. The range was very small. What did we have last night? 6 or 7 tick range in the bonds and a 4.5 tick range in the 10-year all night. Not a lot of opportunity there, unfortunately. So we got to take like a little swing trade thing here. That's about it. Tomorrow should be real quiet. Not a lot of data. Another bond buyback, but a small one tomorrow. They're only buying 1 3/4 to 2 1/4 of 2036 to 2042 maturities. So small purchase in the bonds. Kind of looking for that to give us a little bit of a lift into the early morning hours, and then call it a day kind of trade. If I would have stopped after the first trade today, I would have had an okay day. Maybe I'll stop after the first trade tomorrow and call it a day. All right, guys, have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow.